right, welcome back to Take a Pitch. Yeah, we could just me and Mike today. Max is not feeling like himself. Mac is working as the usual. Not hitting that 80% mark is what it's looking like so far. He's actually doing pretty good. He's actually been here but now this is only his second time missing. So, not bad.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Yeah.
We'd rather get this early than be up until 3 a.m. like we usually are. So.
Yeah, very true. It's the earliest we've started in a long time, actually. So yeah, got a few things on deck for today, and yeah, let's get into it. I guess we'll start off with the biggest news is the St. Louis Cardinals have reportedly traded for Nolan Arenado, third baseman of the Colorado Rockies. Not finalized yet, but interesting move to say the least.
Can we just say it? Can we just say it?
Yeah.
They got fleeced.
Oh yeah, very very badly.
They got so fleeced, and it's not even funny.
It's not even close. It's like, yeah, I haven't seen. I guess the next closest trade that I've seen get fleeced like this is the Mets and Francisco Lindor. But like, at least the Indians were getting, two guys that have been in the major leagues, two guys that could potentially have high ceilings. The Rockies got not even a top 10, right?
Nah. Apparently, this guy's number 9. Nothing in the top 100 though.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
Pretty brutal. So,
these are like, to say with the Lindor, and with him, and even with Mookie. For the Mookie trade, they only got a top 100 prospect. Mookie's a top 3 player in baseball. Lindor, nothing in the top 100. Arenado, nothing in the top 100. And these are all players who are the top players at their position.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're giving up.
It's crazy. Yeah, and I don't know if it's true or not. Last I heard is that the Rockies are also giving $50 million along with it. Is that true?
That's what was first reported. Nothing.
Right?
None of this is truly official, but
yeah,
the pieces that have been floated out there that are apparently going are Austin Gomber, who's a relief pitcher / spot starter. Luke and Barker, who's their 29th prospect. 23rd prospect. Jean Torres, who's their number 9 prospect. 2 more lower level prospects, as well as the supposedly reported $50 million to pay for Arenado.
Crazy.
It just makes no sense.
It doesn't. It makes absolutely no sense. Like, why do they want him out of there so bad?
And they just signed him to such a big extension.
It's the same kind of deal as Stanton.
Yeah.
Signed
to a big money deal.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't really understand it. And Max made a good point in the group chat the other day. The one thing that like the the Rockies, the Red Sox, Cubs, and Indians, I think it was.
Yes.
They all trade away their franchise players and got nothing for it. And what are you doing? Like, you have, like, I don't know, the Rockies, I don't know if they really have a huge fan base, but I know the Indians, the Cubs, and the Red Sox all have very loyal fan bases. It is kind of messed up to do to your fans.
Yeah. It's tough, especially for Colorado in particular. Yeah. It's tough to build a team there though, because your pitchers are just gonna get rocked.
Yeah, exactly.
Playing 82 games at home every year, it's tough for pitchers to even want to go there. So it's you have to develop them, and then hope it all clicks at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely rough for them, to say the least.
Yeah.
I wonder, do you think if they had a dome in a controlled environment, do you think that would make a difference?
No, because the atmosphere is still the same. Unless they're able to control the atmosphere inside the dome.
Pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, like playing inside of an indoor soccer facility, like it's a bubble.
Like, imagine every time you went to the game, you went to the game, you got in there, your ears popped, and every time you left, your ears popped. That'd be insane.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
say the least. But yeah, so Nolan Arenado to the Cardinals. Maybe the best first base, third base duo now in the major leagues.
It's either
Would
that
you
or
say
Oakland.
so?
Either
Yeah.
that or Oakland.
And I guess maybe the Cubs, if
If Bryant doesn't get moved.
they're up there. Yeah, exactly. And it's everyone's not everyone, but it's been reported about Chris Bryant recently that the Mets and the Blue Jays are in a race for him if he does get moved.
Yeah.
Which would be another interesting move to see because teams are getting fleeced right now. It's insane.
Right.
So
well, it'll be interesting. There's a lot of time. There's a lot of time. A lot of people that are trying to get moved.
Yeah, and actually, did I do? I'm good. Didn't lock my desk. All right. I actually made a couple things for Arenado when the deal gets official, and here is 2021 projected stats. He's gonna hit 28 home runs, 85 RBIs, hit 284, 354, 518 slugging. These are great numbers, obviously, but they haven't. I think they'd be better than that too. And I was talking to Max the other day about it, and he said that he thinks that basically they sold low on him, and the projections are low on him because he has the Coors Field effect, which I don't agree on personally. I think it's kind of stupid to think that, just because. I mean, you look at the difference in, sure, the ball goes a little further. Their stadium's so much bigger. The outfield fences are so much bigger. But yeah, I mean, I think he's going to have a nice year next year in the NL Central. I think the Cardinals are probably far and away the best team.
I don't even think it's close.
Yeah, like the Cubs, if they click and they keep Bryant, Baez, and Rizzo, if they all get back to what they can be, then maybe there's something there.
They just don't. They're pitching. Losing Lester, I feel like, hurts them a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they really only have Hendricks now. You're gonna rely on Alec Mills as your number 2 or 3 guy. That kind of hurts you a bit. Yeah.
That lineup is scary because he's gonna have protection. Oh, they have Zach Davies also, but the Cubs.
Yeah, that's right. He had a crazy good year this year.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, but like the Cardinals, you're probably gonna have either Fowler or Bader lead off for speed, or Edman, one of them.
Yeah.
Probably have Goldschmidt and Arenado 2-3, and then DeYoung at 4.
Right.
Like, it's a good top of the lineup.
Yeah.
So like when you said 85 RBIs and the Central isn't strong at all, 85 seemed low. I think he's gonna be over 100 if he stays healthy.
I mean, best pitching is there's Luis Castillo.
It's Luis Castillo. The Pirates don't even have a team.
Yeah, literally
the Brewers
nobody.
Have Woodruff
and Burns and
Corbin
Woodruff.
Burns.
Yeah.
And then the Cubs have.
Hendricks.
And Davies, and then the Reds have Sonny Gray and.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they have Gray. You think he's gonna get moved?
Well, we were supposed to do a trade for him, so possibly.
I know. I think he probably will end up getting traded.
At some point.
I'm assuming that will now be next week.
Right.
It's for Sonny Gray.
Yeah. Wow. There's no other pitching. This division is so bad. It's so bad.
So yeah.
The Pirates' best starter is Mitch Keller, and he's 25.
All right. So speaking about next year, MLB has proposed a deal with. They gave it to the Players Union, right?
I believe so.
It was MLB to the Players Union, I believe. They want to start a month late, right? April 28th, I think is what they said.
So I have it right here. The proposed deal would be ramped up spring training starting around, with pitchers having ramped up spring training starting around February 17th. They reducted to shut down and start a proposed March 22nd spring training for the season that would begin April 28th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they don't have to cancel games, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. And they would go a week later, so they would go to like October 10th, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Around there, and then that would also mean that the World Series would start around Halloween. I'm fine with it personally. I know I saw a little bit of backlash on Twitter, but I'm fine with it as long as we get over 100 games this year. I mean, 60 sucked, and get over 100 games, get close. I mean, that's only 8 games less than usual. You know, get back to that high number and get fans in the stadiums. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just like in the footnote of it, it goes absent in the agreement are the expanded playoffs, which might be off the table, as well as the universal DH, the 7-inning doubleheaders, and the runner starting on second base. Like, I don't know. I'm fine with them pushing the season back if they're just for safety reasons, get the full season in, or minimum. I saw something about 154, I think was the number.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's fine. Just like to be honest, at this point, you did the universal DH last year.
Yeah.
Just
do it again. There's no point not to. There's really not.
Creates more jobs. Keep the roster at 26.
It's just better. It's better for the game. I mean, not just saying it because it obviously clearly helps out the Mets, and clearly by our room colors, you and I are Mets fans, but it's not something that's strictly helping the Mets. It helps every team, and it makes it an even playing field across the entire MLB.
Exactly.
So I say keep the DH, get us over 150 games. I'm happy.
Yep. That's all we're asking.
Get rid of that stupid fucking runner on second base. I hate that.
I hate that so
much.
It doesn't even make the game go faster.
It doesn't at all. It's like it just feels like fucking Little League on like the big field type thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like 7-inning double headers.
Yeah. I understand it for last year with the 7-inning doubleheaders because you're limited on time and whatever. That makes sense. But now you don't need it because you're gonna have a full season, days off. Like you don't need that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. As long as they start in April.
Relatively on time.
Yeah. Within the month of April, I'm good. I'm happy. They play the whole season. They have fans in the stands. I don't even care if it's only 50% capacity. That's fine by me. Get fans out there. Get it back to what it was.
That might be another reason why, because they need the fans to get the revenue back.
Mm-hmm.
Pushing it back that extra 2 weeks. Maybe vaccines will be mass distributed.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. What else? Anything else news-wise? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so. Nope. Nobody died this week.
Daniel Murphy retired.
Very true.
That quick.
Yes, he did.
That's really it. I mean, Daniel Murphy, obviously most known for his heroics with taking 2 of the best pitchers in the MLB that year deep in the playoffs, 2 games in a row, and literally just lifting the Mets to wins strictly on home runs. I mean, he carried the Mets through the division series.
Pretty much, and then he got paid.
Offensively. Yeah, and they got paid by the Nationals. Came second in the MVP that next year in 2016. He had a great year, and great career, Daniel Murphy. Loved you up until November 4th, 2015. And Yeah. Yeah, I'll never forget I remember in 2008 when he got called up, the Mets were playing in Houston, and um, he made a jumping catch at the wall in left field.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, maybe he's good. And I realized, oh, he can't field for shit. He can hit though. And yeah, great career, Murph. Yeah, that's really it.
Yeah. All right. On to our top fives for left field this week.
Top five left field, yeah. We did not get one from Max.
So we'll go with his 2013 list.
So, yeah, you want to read? You want to read off Max's top five?
I actually had it the other week. It was 2013. Yeah, it was actually funny because there was only 10 people that qualified for left field.
Really?
The crazy part is one of them is in my top five this year.
Okay.
But he wasn't in the top five. Matt Holliday, Dominic Brown, Alfonso Soriano,
man.
Justin Upton, and Alex Gordon.
Wow, that's the top five right there.
It's Max's top five for this year.
Wow, Max. Good job, buddy. That's a great list right there.
Always is. Always is. All right, where's Macca's? Here we go. Here's Macca. Yelich, Brantley. Oh, sorry, I'm going in the reverse order. Sorry. Clint Frazier, Eloy Jimenez, Marcell Ozuna, Michael Brantley, and Christian Yelich, 5-1.
Great list. I question Clint Frazier as a top five, but it's a good list.
He had additional players as well.
Yeah.
Not in any order, but honorable mentions: Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Dom Smith, Mark Canha, and Randy Arozarena, which could all be there. There's a lot of left field is particularly weak.
Yeah,
so I mean it's pretty much a top one and the top 2 to 3, maybe.
Yeah, there's really only one left fielder now that can do everything. You know, Yelich is clearly the number one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think anybody's even knocking on the door. But all right, what's your list, Mike?
I have. So my honorable mentions are Tommy Pham and Andrew Benintendi. 5, I have Dom Smith for his upside and like the fact that like what he did last year. I mean, I know it's only 50 games, but like we know he can hit now. Like he was already able to hit, but actually being able to do it for full season.
Mm-hmm.
Marcell Ozuna at 4, Eddie Rosario at 3, Michael Brantley at 2, and Yelich at 1.
That's a good list. I like that a lot, actually.
We don't have the same one, do we? I said we don't have the same one. Like we always usually do. We're close to it.
No, I was debating. I actually have it written on my phone. I have Eddie Rosario and my number 5 tied for 5. And I was just looking at the numbers over the past 2 years.
His numbers are good.
And they are good. I know Rosario's not really a great fielder, and he's not really a great base runner. So I just went with the guy who's going to be projected to be better next year.
Yeah,
which is Dom Smith. Dom Smith is my number 5. Yeah, you said it. I mean, we know what he could do. He's a legit bat now. He thin Dom. He sleeps and he eats, as you once coined, and I think he's going to have another tremendous year. I think the DH needs to come back so he could play first base and DH, and and him and Pete could switch off at first base and DH, and number 4, I got Eloy Jimenez. Mm-hmm. Number 3, Michael Brantley. Number 2, Marcell Ozuna, and number 1, Christian Yelich. Thank you. Still the only one, even though it's just you. The only one that ever gives it to me on time.
That's a good list.
I mean,
it's so interchangeable, realistically, after the top 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Top 3. I mean, Marcell Ozuna I knocked a little bit down because he actually can't play defense.
Yeah.
But his hitting is so literally superior, like he has to be in there.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and it's crazy that he came up as a center fielder, and he was actually a decent fielding center fielder back in like 2013, 14. He was.
A little thinner.
He definitely was, but he was actually like a decent fielder, and then he just randomly just shit the bed at fucking fielding. But he's come into his own. He's had now 2 seasons that were MVP caliber. So, yeah.
There's all that St. Louis barbecue after that trade.
Nothing. I'll never forget that nice play in left field where he thought he was going to rob a home run and end up being a fucking pop-up.
Classic.
All-time great. Yeah. And obviously Max has the best list. That's, a given.
It's as is tradition. Max with the best list.
And so, next week we'll have center fielders, which will probably be a little bit stronger. But again, I feel like kind of the same kind of thing where it's going to be, obviously the top guy, and then the
right field is the one.
That's
right
field is
super competitive,
super deep. All right, and you want to go with your transactions? You want to go with the trades?
We'll do transactions first. That might be a little break.
All right.
Stuff that's actually real, not opinion based.
Yeah.
All right.
Transactions from the past week on Mike's Transaction Corner.
So we talked about Michael Brantley signing. Pablo Sandoval signed a minor league deal with the Braves. Ottavino traded to the Red Sox from the Yankees.
Yeah,
Freddie Galvis signed a 1-year deal with the Baltimore Orioles. Brand Hand signed with the Nationals. ESPN has it as BRAND Hand. Justin Profar signs a 3-year deal with the Padres. DJ LeMahieu and Corey Kluber signed their contracts. What else? John Lester to the Nationals, which I'm pretty sure we've already talked about. Wilson Ramos to the Tigers on a 1-year deal. Like I said in our group chat, come to Detroit if you can't run. It's so bad. They might have the slowest catcher first baseman combo or DH first baseman catcher combo in baseball.
Easy, not even close.
Yeah. Adam Wainwright re-signed with the Cardinals on a 1-year deal. Ivan Nova signed with the Phillies on a 1-year deal. Aaron Loup signed with the Mets on a 1-year deal. And Andrelton Simmons signed with the Twins for a 1-year deal. Which none of us got correct.
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
It was. I
didn't think they were getting rid of
wild card.
Because I didn't think they would get rid of who is it? What's his name?
Polanco?
Was it Polanco? Yeah, maybe.
He was a shortstop. Unless they're moving him over
to a different
position. He was a shortstop, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it is Polanco. Oh, they're moving to second. Okay, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have Polanco.
Makes sense.
They're number 1 second baseman.
Makes sense. He was dreadful defensively, but he could hit. He's pretty good hitter.
Yeah, and they have Luis Arias, who can pretty much play everywhere. So.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right.
And that is all transactions.
And now for, I think, the final segment.
Second
we got our second to last.
The A versus B.
Oh, right. We got our mock trades. Again, Max, I give it 1, but Mac always coming prepared. Gives 2. I'll take the first one of Macca's.
All right.
So it's going to be surrounding Trevor Story, by the way. Forgot to mention that.
We were gonna do Arenado.
Yeah. Originally the plan was to do Arenado, and then obviously he got traded, so no point in doing that. So here is Trevor Story. Mac has Trevor Story going to the Cincinnati Reds, and the Reds would give up to the Rockies. Oh, this is according to Fangraphs. Reds number 8 prospect. Second baseman Tyler Callahan, their number 6 prospect. Starting pitcher Lyon Richardson, number 25 prospect Luis May, and maybe one more young prospect.
Micah didn't even do his own research.
It's,
He's also at work, so I don't think he even did it. He probably
just went quick.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I don't really know any of them, but seems good to me.
I don't think the Reds would even be in on him, to be honest. If they're trying to move Gray, they're not gonna
exactly. And
spend the
Suarez
capital.
and yeah, exactly.
Mariners is his second one that he gave via MLB.com for Taylor Trammell, Isaiah Campbell, Sam Carlson, and Taylor Dollard. Number 5, number 11, number 15, and number 30, respectively. I also don't see the Mariners doing this either.
No.
Maybe.
Definitely not.
Maybe. They could.
They
don't have the pitching. That's their problem.
Yeah, they don't. If they had an ace, a true ace, a guy that's going to throw you under 3 ERA, and a secondary guy that's going to throw you in the threes, mid threes, then I would say they could pull this trigger because
the West is open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is, and the MLB, MLB, I think, released their top 100 prospects, and 4 and 5 are Jarred Kelenic and Julio Rodriguez. To go along with the Rookie of the Year, Kyle Lewis. That's going to be an insane outfield.
No, they also have somebody else. Who's the other one?
They have that other kid. Yeah, I think he's a little bit younger than them. But you're right. They have another kid that's like it's going to be insane. Yeah. So they have expendable outfielders, and the Kelenic will kill me forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good old Mets way.
Really? It's not even. They don't have the team breakdown anymore. They didn't update the team breakdown, or it didn't show up when I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No, these are all their pitchers. They do have pitchers in the pipeline though that are going to be really, really good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they have.
They have 3 in the top. They have 3 in the top 100.
Oh, really? Starting pitchers?
Yeah. They have 6 players total. Hancock. 3 of them are all pitchers.
He's supposed to be. Oh, yeah. Taylor Trammell.
Trammell's 100. Yeah, Trammell's 100. Kelenic and Julio Rodriguez. Okay, there we go.
5. Right. And Jake Fraley is should be pretty good. He should be a nice.
He should be a nice
piece. I don't think that he'll end up being, a starter for the Mariners, but. Is this Max?
That is Max.
Oh, it is Max. He gave us his top 5. Check our Instagram to see Max's top 5 because we're not going to read it out. Actually, did he literally steal? No.
It's close, but no.
It's kind of close to all of us. All of us are relatively the same thing.
Yeah, I mean 1 and 2 are definites, and then.
Yeah, he actually had a decent list. But anyway.
I like his 13 list better.
Yeah, me too. 100%. I'll give one of my trades. I'm going to go with Trevor Story to the Yankees, who desperately need a real shortstop. Sorry, Glaber. Sorry, Macca. But the Yankees would be giving up 𝑺𝒊𝒅𝒆, Luis Gil, and Estevan Florial. Basically the same guys that we've given up for everybody in every Yankee trade.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. You got one?
Yeah, I got one. I went to the Angels for Brandon Marsh, who's their number 1 prospect, but isn't really a prospect. Who's an outfielder, because Colorado needs depth in the outfield significantly. Arlo Vera, who's their number 9 prospect, who's a shortstop. I think he was drafted either this year or last year. I know. I read it first. I was like, aloe vera? What? And
So I
then
thought you said that first.
yeah, utility infielder, Kevin Mayton, who's their 23rd prospect, and possibly some other unnumbered prospects just to fill out. Because it is Trevor Story. I mean, based on what they just gave up for Arenado, they'll probably not get anything relatively close.
Right.
Like, it's going to have to be less than what they got for Arenado. So.
Yeah, because Story he's a free agent at the end of this year.
Yes.
So, see how that goes. And then.
Did you have another one?
I did. I could do it. I had
if you want to.
Yeah, why not? I had Trevor Story going to the Phillies. Another team that needs a shortstop because Jean Segura and Kingery are both pretty much trash. Segura is a good second baseman. So I got them giving up Bryson Stott, who's their shortstop, number 2 prospect, right-hand pitcher for Francisco Morales, and outfielder Mickey Moniak, who was the former first overall pick.
Yep.
And that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Trades.
All right.
It's flying through today. We're flying.
It is.
It's great.
We're getting shit done quick. All right.
It was a light week, which helps.
It was, yeah. All right. And so we've been doing on our Instagram, we've been doing a series for the past 2 weeks now. This week we got Player A versus Player B, Part 2. And I'll throw up the graphic right here. And so you don't know who the two are, right?
I have no clue who they are now.
Yeah. So the two players, Player A was Justin Morneau, and Derek Jeter was Player B. Both their 06
is this
seasons.
Morneau's MVP season?
MVP. And Derek Jeter was the number 2 MVP. And so we did a poll on Instagram, and it ended up being 50-50 exact, which is pretty interesting because, you and I were talking about this right before we started recording, that they were practically the same exact player. It's just Jeter had a little more contact, a little more base hit, a little more speed, and Morneau had the power.
Exactly.
And I believe they both had the exact same defensive runs saved, if I'm not mistaken.
We don't have DRS on there, actually.
I don't. But their defensive WAR is only off by
negative. Yeah, they're both negative.
Yeah, they're both negative.
Which makes sense.
And yeah, I was surprised by the outcome, but I liked it. I like that a lot because a lot of people say that it is, Jeter got robbed, but I think that the MVP really could have went either way. And back then, power was held to a very high standard. I mean, power has always been held to a very high standard. And obviously that's a big reason as to how he won, but yeah.
100%.
Both great players, both great years, and
when I first looked at it, I was like I couldn't, if there was a both option, I would have just taken both.
Yeah, right.
Because they I mean, yeah, Jeter had a higher WAR. That's because his offense was more potent on those Yankees teams. So we had more of a chance to make an impact, I guess. Excuse me. Oh. But, I don't know. If they say Jeter got robbed for that, every shortstop in the AL that played with Jeter got robbed of a Gold Glove because he was not a good defender. Sorry, Macca.
Yeah. No, you're right, though. 100%. I mean...
Yeah, he has the iconic play that every kid...
iconic play.
Redoes as a kid, but statistically, not the best defensive.
Yeah, no. Pretty bad, actually. But he's a leader. He was a great hitter.
Yes, he was. And we respect him.
Yeah. I respect Jeter. Don't respect his fielding though. He was fucking garbage. Yeah, that's really pretty much it. I'll just shout out quickly, actually, add something quick here. So yesterday, got a nice comment on Instagram post for our top 5 shortstops from the league analyst, who said, Lindor hell overrated. He's just writing his 2018 season LMAO. So I went on, I asked him who's better. He said Trey Turner, Xander Bogaerts, Corey Seager. Blah blah blah, little chitter chatter back and forth. Wasn't fond of it. Screenshot it, sent to the group chat. Me, Mike, and Macca were pretty much just shitting on this kid, saying how he's stupid. Pretty much just, you said, because he was picking out Turner's like best stats from his best year. So I went on to go a little in depth. I went and I took down all their stats over the past 3 seasons, 2018, 2019, and 2020. And I did, the standard offensive stats, the standard defense, sabermetric offense, sabermetric defense. And so I could see how somebody would pick, Trey Turner or Xander Bogaerts or Corey Seager if they say fielding has no toll on anything. But when it's a shortstop, you're looking at somebody who you want to command good defense. I think that's really only 3 positions where you really take the defense into high consideration.
Straight up the middle.
Yep. Catcher, shortstop, center field. Those are the ones that you need somebody to be great defensively. And they were all pretty much relatively very similar offensively over the past 3 years.
Yeah, Seager was a little worse.
Yeah, Seager, he was injured.
Yeah, he only played 26. He only played 26 games 2 years ago. 3 years ago, sorry. And 134 the year before.
Yeah, and he came in late in 2019. But, Trey Turner, I mean, his stats are he's a good offensive hitter. He's a good hitter. Yes. And he's a great base runner. We know this.
Phenomenal.
But so stats aren't that much different offensively to say Turner is like far and away better. But then you go to the good old pal that is sabermetric defense, and it is not even remotely close. They all are tremendously worse defensively. I mean, Lindor had, 26 defensive run saved over the last 3 years.
Oh
Seager had -3. Turner had
-6. And Xander, oh my god.
I don't even want to add that up. What is that? 35, 33?
Yeah.
-33 defensive run saved. So the next closest is Corey Seager at -3.
Which is surprising, to be honest.
Yeah, it actually is.
I thought it'd be Turner would be the second best defender.
That's actually why I added in those stats at the bottom of the sabermetric defense.
Yeah, because I think Turner is a better defender.
Yeah.
Just Seager had more opportunities probably to make a save.
Seager also, he's not well-footed enough to even get to the plays
the balls,
to make them unlikely or likely.
Oh, these are like range stats, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, he's not, he's not fleet of foot enough to even be able to get to these plays. So he has much less chances. So he's going to get more chances at easier plays, which is going to help him. But he still sucks.
Yeah.
That's more of the story. Same thing with Xander Bogaerts. I mean, he's just downright awful defensively. Like, move him off for shortstop. How he's still playing shortstop is
Like it's crazy.
Absolutely.
Looking at the defensive WAR, like
Hmm.
just like Lindor's been positive every year. Like last
Yeah.
year was the only year that he wasn't more than one because it was a shortened season.
Yeah.
The year 2019 he was pretty much 2 defensive WAR and then 2.5 the year before. And
Yeah.
the only person that has even come close to it was Turner, who had a 1 defensive WAR 3
Yeah.
years ago.
Exactly. And looking at Baseball Savant, Lindor is a top 5 defensive shortstop since he came up. Every single year he's been top 5. And that's behind Andrelton Simmons, who can't hit and can only field, and Nick Ahmed, who can't really hit and can only field. They're
Nick
both
Ahmed can hit for
tremendous.
contact.
He could hit a little bit.
He's
but
only good against lefties actually.
yeah, I'm not, I'm not going to go out of my way to take him.
Yeah.
But his defense is absolutely insane.
It's phenomenal.
I think he had like 30 defensive runs saved last year. I mean, 2019. Like, that's insane. That's actually insane. And his outs above average was I think the highest ever in 2019 as well. Like, absolutely insane.
He had so many putouts that year.
Yeah.
He had so many opportunities, and he was like, I think he was like 991 fielding percentage, maybe even higher.
Probably. Yeah, it's just crazy. And so, I mean, you look at the stats. They're all relatively similar. I think Bogaerts is slightly better offensively than the others, but they're all relatively in the same ballpark offensively.
Yeah, their defense outweighs their.
Just
it's
a huge
Bogaerts is the best offensive player out of all 4 of them.
Yeah,
and it's not even close.
Yeah,
but his defense is so bad that he just becomes a neutral.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and it's just a bad argument, really. At the end of the day, it's just not a good argument.
Nope.
And these will be getting put up at some point during the week. I will be posting these statistics to show that Lindor is clearly better than those 3 guys. I mean, and I said it, and I think you and Mac both had Tatis as your number 1 or number 2, right?
I had Tatis as my 3, I believe.
3. You might have had. Did you have Lindor, Story? I don't remember.
I think I had Lindor, Story, and Tatis as my top 3. Lindor being 1, Tatis being 2, and or Story being 2, Tatis being 3.
Okay. So yeah, in my opinion, the only logical players to put in front of Lindor are Story or Tatis. As they can both field. They're both tremendous fielders, and they're both tremendous on the base paths.
Oh, no, I had Tatis, Lindor, and Story, just for Tatis's upside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I had Bogaerts at 4. Strictly because he can hit.
I had Bogaerts at 4, too. And that's, only because he could hit. That's it. I mean, and also, I was on Fangraphs, and they do this thing called, what is it called?
I can't remember.
FARS?
Yeah, I think it's FARS.
FARS? Something like that. It's basically the fans.
The fan rankings.
Yeah. So, and FSR. There you go.
No, okay. Yeah, we were close.
Yeah, close enough. And even looking at the fan ranking, that's just fans making a judgment. Oh, was that a good jump? Was that a good hit? Was that a good, this and that? And Lindor was higher than everybody on that too. So fans even think that Lindor is just based on watching. And that's fans. I mean, fans are fucking stupid. We all know this.
Exactly. To touch on that, we talked about, we compared Lindor to Turner, Bogaerts, and Seager. Everybody out of the 4 of us, I was the only one that didn't have 2 of those guys in my top 5.
Yeah.
Like Mac, who is it? You had Bogaerts and Seager. Max had Seager and Bogaerts. I had Bogaerts, and Chris had Turner and Bogaerts. The only person, I was the only one that didn't, and I had Marcus Semien.
Yeah, and going into it, actually, Semien, in 18 and 19, he was actually a much better fielder than people give him credit for.
Yes, and that's why I threw him on there.
Yeah,
because his hitting was still good.
Yeah,
still consistent.
Yeah, and he's a tremendous base runner too. He's a good pick. He is a good pick for number 5. And I will admit that Trey Turner is much better than I thought he was.
100%.
But he is not better than Lindor. Seager, like you said,
he's
a recency bias.
He's running
on the
playoffs.
Season. Yeah, that's really it. And then Bogarts is riding a hot bat. This kid cares nothing about defense, clearly. The league analyst. He's analytical on offense only, apparently. He does not care about defense. I don't know why or how, but bad take. Horrible take.
You know why.
Yeah, because he's a fan, and he's fucking stupid.
Random is an illness.
Yep. And that wraps up everything for me. Any other
I'm good.
touching notes? All
Quick,
right.
to the point. Under an hour this week.
Perfect. Yeah, 45 minutes. Golden.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure to follow us on our socials and comment, like, subscribe, follow, download, whatever you do on Apple Podcasts.
Don't forget to listen to our other podcasts on our platform.
Yes.
On the Power Play, Tri-State Sports Beat, From the Tips, and Max put out his first episode of The Cut on Friday with CJ Solar. I listened to it. It's very enjoyable. They have chemistry. Max has interviewed him once before, so it flows very well. They're both very into it. CJ seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
And keep supporting all the socials. Keep liking, keep listening, and subscribing.
Yep.
Peace.
Exactly. Love you.